Growing up, I was very blessed to experience the harsh realities of how beautiful the real world can be, both through a positive and negative lens. Most people might question that statement. I embraced it. I was raised to understand the meaning of working for what you want, respecting the people around you, and looking outside the box when it comes to bettering my livelihood and building the foundation for my career. Things I have experienced within my childhood leading up to my first steps of adulthood were left with two types of paths. The path to create a higher education, opportunity for myself and for my family, or follow a negative path that leads to destruction, like so many people have chosen in my hometown of Wisconsin Rapids. When I first moved to Winona, Minnesota in the summer of 2012, I did not work. I took the year to sink my feet in to the town and figure out what I wanted to do. Not for my career, because I've had the same dream and passion my whole life, but for while I was in college. My dreams have been to analyze and commentate sports, specifically baseball and boxing. I took the time to figure out how I could utilize the time I have here to expand my knowledge and resume. The one thing that kept sticking out to me was the amount of land that was being bought. It was obvious Winona was getting ready to expand, and with all that land that was being bought, I consistently seen the same name, Weezer Brothers General Contractor. That's when it clicked. I knew what I had to do. I had to shape my brain into a two-edged sword. While getting my degree in mass communication, I would learn the trades of construction, specifically with the company called Weezer Brothers. Raised on the family dairy farm and the two youngest of 16 brothers and sisters, Brian and Jeff learned about hard work and honesty at a very young age. They began their construction career as apprentice carpenters with a local commercial contractor after their father started his own precast business. Learning the trade through hands-on experience, they became journeyman carpenters and quickly progressed to job superintendents, running multi-million-dollar projects. Captured by entrepreneurship, Brian and Jeff formed Weezer Brothers General Contractor, Inc. In 1994, with the desire to provide quality construction services and competitive prices, since inception, the company has grown from 2 employees to over 130 and continues to grow. Hands-on management has been crucial to the company's success. Brian oversees field operations. He visits the job sites on a regular basis, guaranteeing quality control and safe operations. Jeff manages sales and support staff. He is directly involved in the bidding process and oversees construction projects until they are complete. With their knowledge, strong work drive, and outstanding buildings, they were able to capture the attention of Winona, Minnesota. They originally started off doing smaller jobs, like Subway and A&W, but quickly worked their way up to banks, car dealerships, retirement homes, schools, churches, hospitals, hotels, and even factories. They have generated thousands and thousands of jobs for the community of Winona, helped the city of Winona generate profits, and have also brought in major professions that are involved in professional sports and music. But my main focus is the companies and buildings I was a part of helping throughout my college career, which happened to be some of the biggest buildings in Winona, and also help keep Winona running. Dahl Auto Plaza, Windcraft, Immaculate Heart of Mary Seminary, and St. Martin's Lutheran School. Where my learning of construction began was on one of the biggest projects I have ever been a part of with Weezer Brothers, Dahl Auto Plaza. 3 buildings expanding over 3 football fields. 5 generations of the Dahl family have influenced the automobile industry for over 100 years. Dahl Automotive is the 8th oldest Ford dealership in the nation under continuous family ownership. The job took over 2 years to complete and consists of 2 different franchise dealers, Chevy, Toyota, and a used dealership dividing the 2. After completing all 3 buildings, the demand for employees was high, and fortunately, that saved a lot of Winona residents the drive to La Crosse or any other Dahl dealership for work. Since its opening, it now has over 30 sales position jobs and over 75 mechanic jobs. Not only have they created jobs for the Winona people, but also put workers through auto mechanical school to gain the knowledge and degree to run Dahl automotive shops. Dahl strives for keeping employees for the long run. My next job may have been one of the toughest but most exciting jobs for me. Windcraft, established in 1961, is a leading manufacturer of licensed and promotional products for realtors, professional sports teams, concessionaires, colleges, businesses, distributors, and schools. This was also the first job that I would be moving from concrete to steelwork. Windcraft took about 2 years to build and has now generated over a large workforce here in Winona. Windcraft employees work with the largest brands in the world, professional sport teams, and industry-leading technology. They manage departments, run factory floors, and work together with pride to produce award-winning products. There are over 700 Windcraft employees, and more than half are right here in Winona, Minnesota. Over the next several decades, Windcraft secured licensing rights to the National Football League, Major League Baseball, the National Hockey League, the National Basketball Association, the National Collegiate Athletic Association, Major League Soccer, NASCAR, and IndyCar racing. Most recently, the company secured the rights to Disney and Star Wars, two of the most lucrative entertainment licenses on the planet. As my experience grew, the excitement for the jobs grew, and the next job that I moved to was Immaculate Heart of Mary Seminary, located on St. Mary's University campus, was my first education building that I was a part of. This is where I started to learn carpentry and gained a new connection when it comes to the work field. While in school and building this building, I was actually offered a summer weekend job doing lawn care and maintenance on the finished building, which I currently am still doing. A year and a half and 3 phases later, the newly renovated building was complete. It was erected in July of 1948. Immaculate Heart has grown to over 70 students, rector, a vice rector, director of spiritual life, and a vocation director, and 5 other staff members. Students come from all over, but the majority of them are Winona residents, and after graduations, they tend to stay close in proximity. St. Martin's Lutheran School will be my last and final school, and also my last and final job before I move into my career that I have been working so hard for. At the end of its completion, St. Martin's will have 2 brand new buildings connected to the existing church. This is to prevent the kids from having to walk outside to get to the church where they eat lunch. St. Martin's Lutheran Church and School has a rich history that dates back to when it was founded in 1856. The church continues to thrive over 150 years later. It also has a K-8 elementary school and offers a half-day program for pre-kindergarten 3 and 4 years old. Over half of every student's annual tuition is paid for by the church. After the completion of the new building, by the end of summer 2020, the high school students will be moving upstairs while the younger students are downstairs. After the original building is demolished and rebuilt, the kids will all then separate, expanding classrooms through the 2 buildings. This project is not only a big deal for Weiser Brothers, but also the city of Winona. This is one of the oldest churches and schools in Winona, so the construction of the foundations for these kids' futures is extremely important. The last recorded stats about baptized members at the 150th anniversary were numbered at 1,732 school enrollment. Preschool 3 through grade 8 was at 124 students, and Hope Lutheran High School, now grades 9 through 12, had 39 students. The 2006 Summer Vacation Bible School was attended by 91 students, and this will continue to grow as the schools grow, which helps the city of Winona. Another reason that St. Martin's Lutheran School really struck home for me and
I really took an embrace of building this building was because of how big my family is in relation to nieces and nephews. So kids are a big part of my life, and helping build the foundation for these kids' futures was one of the biggest rewards I could have ever gotten. Also, with all these jobs that I have worked, I have had the opportunity to work from the beginning to the final stages. So in relation to that, this building was one of the buildings that I got to take photos to time lapse and event the whole building itself.
As my college career comes to an end, I owe everything to my extremely strong, encouraging, and persevering family. Without them, I may never have chosen this path in life. And without them teaching me discipline and to always push for more, I would never have learned that learning another career while going to school for a different career can benefit your networking, your family, the company you work for, and also the city or town you live in.